We have just released a new version of SpreadsheetWeb full of new features and improvements. Let's start with designer updates. We have extended our drop-down and radio button controls to handle multiple selections. Let's take this form application that captures a patient's own and family illnesses and turns that into a score. Note that this is a completely fictitious form and calculations just to demonstrate the functionality. As you can see from this Excel file, user can select multiple illnesses from each category. Traditionally, we would have to create one control, like a checkbox, for each one of these illnesses. This would have been a very time-consuming process, but with the new Multiselect feature, we can create just one control for each category with a list of illness as options. This is how it would look in the application. The radio button control would allow user to select multiple options. Similarly, the drop-down control will allow entering multiple illnesses as well. But this type of control also requires a change in the Excel file, since this control is still mapped to a single named range. Its content will include multiple selections separated by a character like a semicolon. It means you need to create a formula that matches the content of that cell with the list of illnesses. We used search formula. It returns yes if the illness is selected, no if not. A typical return from the web control would have been a string like this. These formulas map that string to yes or no answers for each illnesses. Then other formulas can assign and calculate the final score. You can then return this final score to the user interface or store it in the database. We have also added support for Google Analytics to track your SpreadsheetWeb application's usage. Note that this is a server-specific feature and only runs on private cloud or server licenses where you have control over domain settings. You can simply add your Google tracking ID to the settings of your SpreadsheetWeb application. Then you'll be able to monitor your traffic directly in Google Analytics interface. On the control panel side, we've added custom trigger support in designer applications. Let's take this order entry application. You can set the status of each order to new, pending, or approved. Let's say we want to make sure each pending order is responded within no more than 1 week. To ensure that, you can enable a custom trigger. You can set the trigger conditions as if the last update is older than 7 days, and if the record status is new or pending, which is status ID 0 or 1 in this case. You can also run this trigger every day at midnight or 3 a.m. in this case. You can also customize an email message to send for all orders in the database meeting these conditions. This will ensure that relevant people in the organization will be notified about those quotes that has not yet been responded. There are many other features and updates in this release. To see a full list, simply go to our release notes page. I hope you will enjoy version 6.7 and its features. As always, we welcome your feedback and feature suggestions. Thank you for watching.